Well, now let's take a look at the current COVID numbers released today by the Oregon Health Authority. There's some good news. The state is reporting 167 new and presumptive cases with only one new death. 51 of those new COVID cases are right here in Multnomah County. 25 were in Clackamas and only 4 new cases in Washington County. OHA added more than 15,000 new doses of vaccine administered. That means close to 72,000 more shots need to be given before restrictions end in the Beaver State. And there's more encouraging news when it comes to severe COVID cases here in Oregon. Hospitalizations are down by more than 22% from last week. OHA says in the past 7 days, the peak of people in hospital beds with COVID was 206, and it's been as low as 163. The trend of lower hospitalizations appears to be happening all across the country, but doctors are reporting the patients they do see are mostly unvaccinated. Doctors from North Shore Hospital in New York, Tulane University Medical Center in New Orleans, and the National Jewish Health in Denver all say every ICU patient that they've seen recently is unvaccinated. The same applies for unvaccinated kids. A spokesperson for the American Academy of Pediatrics says the patients she treats in Kansas are all unvaccinated. Back here at home, the Boys and Girls Club is working with local nonprofits to get more people